few videos ago, I mentioned to you guys that my brother and I were looking at picking up another property in Gardendale, and we actually closed on a property a few weeks ago. I thought I'd just give you guys a walkthrough on the property and talk about some of the numbers. And I think I want to give you guys just a couple of things to think about when you're looking at a property. A lot of times when I buy a property nowadays, I typically don't get an inspector. I look at it myself. Since I've done enough properties and I've actually built my own house and done quite a bit with real estate over the years, I kind of know what I'm looking for the most part. So this one was actually through a wholesaler. I'm going to do a video after this, probably just talking about how to pick a good wholesaler and what the benefits of that would be. But basically, this property is in the Gardendale region of Birmingham. It's a little city outside of Birmingham proper, but it's a really nice neighborhood, very quiet, actually in a cul-de-sac. And the cool thing about it is that the house was lived in previously, and that's always a benefit when you're looking to buy a property, is if it was lived in right before you bought it, even though it might not be in great shape, typically it's not as much as going to have to be done in order to be able to bring it back and make it retail ready. So this property is actually about 1,550 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. As you can see, it's got some brickwork, which makes it a little bit more valuable than just a house that has vinyl, but it does have some vinyl on it. It's a split level house, and let me go ahead and show you around and kind of talk to you about what I'm going to do with it. And then as I'm doing that, I'll also kind of tell you what we paid for it and what we're hoping to be able to get out of it. So as you can see, the front of it is going to need some pressure washing. We thought about painting it, but in the Gardendale area, I don't think it's really necessary. I think that as long as we pressure wash it really well, get all the gutters cleaned up, all the fascia and soffits cleaned up, everything tightened up on the outside, get these bushes trimmed back, I don't think we need to spend money on painting it. It'll sell just fine without it. We're not going to do a major rehab on it. We're just going to basically just kind of get it livable again. Get a couple of things that needs tightened up on it, a little bit of sprucing up, and then put it back on the market as quickly as we can. My brother and I are actually doing all the work so far in it. Let me step back a little bit and kind of show you the roof. So the one thing that we did pay for so far that we have done is that the roof was old. It actually wasn't leaking badly. It was leaking in a couple of spots slightly in some of the valleys. So we went ahead and just had the roof replaced. So this is a brand new roof, which is always a good selling point whenever you're doing a house. Or a new roof is something that's, usually you'll get your money back and maybe a little bit of profit on that. So we've done the roof so far, and we started putting back some of the gutters on there. This one we put back. We've still got to do the downspout on it. It doesn't have a very big backyard, so that's kind of a little bit of a drawback, but it's very quiet back here, so it'll be good for a family. There's going to have to be some clean out still done on it. As you can see, there's like a shed, a lean-to on the back of the garage, and that's full of junk that's going to have to be cleared out. But one of the other major things we're going to have to deal with is on the back side here. There was some damage that the gutter caused when it was pulled off the side of the house, so we're going to have to do a little bit of repair on the fascia, and then on the soffit underneath there, you can see. So far, my brother and I are planning to do most of this ourselves. This really isn't that tricky. And then also here, that window pane is missing. The one drawback of this house is that it has single pane windows, older aluminum windows. But we're not going to replace those either. They're, for the most part, in good shape. There's a couple of them that are missing some panes. I think maybe 3 total that we need to put some panes back in there, so we're going to go ahead and get that done. But I mean, it's a pretty solid house. The AC is, I think it was done in 2018 or 2017, so it's fairly new. And then it's got that garage that comes with the house that we put a roof on it. We're gonna clean the gutters up, maybe put some new gutters on it, and clean it out inside there. Maybe do a little bit of repair on the siding, but not a whole lot. I'm not even sure if we're even gonna paint that garage, but we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and walk back around the front and show you what inside of it looks like. While I'm walking in there, so like I said, a wholesaler brought this to us, and it's we actually bought it for 69, call it 70,000 with some closing costs, and the roof so far has cost us about 10,000 to put the roof on the house and the garage and the little lean-to back there. So far we are about 80,000 into the house. So that kind of gives you an idea of our starting points right now. All right, let's see here. All right. So when you first walk in, we've got the living room here. The good thing about it is it's got the original hardwoods. I think this is like a 1 inch, actually 1.25 inch hardwoods. So it's a little bit unique, but it's not unusual for the year that this house was built. I think it was probably built in like the 60s or 70s. So we thought about taking out these 2 walls here and just kind of opening this whole area up, but we decided it's just not worth the money. If someone buys it and wants to do that, they can go ahead and do that. We're probably gonna go ahead and switch out some of the fans and light fixtures in here as we paint. So we're gonna paint the entire house ourselves, hopefully, we'll see. So that's gonna be a bit of a chore. And one of the reasons why we've decided to go ahead and do a lot of the work ourselves is because the other house in Southeast Lake that you saw me give you a tour of, the brick one that was painted gray, we kind of got stuck in it right now. A bunch of our subcontractors came down with COVID, and some of their relatives, their wives and so forth, came down. So right now they're dealing with a lot of family issues, trying to take care of that. So that job has kind of just been shut down until everybody is well and able to come back. Hopefully, maybe next week they should be back in there, but it's been probably about over a month now, and they've been just dealing with a lot of stuff, and I didn't want to, push anybody to come back if they've got issues with their family they're dealing with. So we bought this one and decided why not just jump in it ourselves and do some work. So as you can see, we've been doing some work in the kitchen here. These are all the original wood cabinets. We thought about taking them out and replacing them, but they're solid wood cabinets, and they don't look as good as the ones you'll see at Home Depot, but they're actually probably better quality, honestly. They're all wood or plywood with wood facing on it. So we decided to go ahead and just repaint them, and then that'll help spruce it up quite a bit. They're all red, dark red, as you can see from the color of the window trim, which we haven't painted yet. So this color here that you see in the window trim, all these cabinets were this color. It was really dark in here with just the one light that you can see up here on the ceiling. It's just a fan. And we're going to switch out this light fixture and actually just put in some recessed lights. We'll just piggyback off of this connection here and just put in about maybe 4 pot lights up in the ceiling there. And that's not a very difficult thing to do. Once you can get your electric source right there, you can easily just piggyback off and go in series with those lights. So it's a small kitchen, as you can see, but it's it's solid. It didn't make sense to take all this out and replace it with pretty much the same design, so we went ahead and painted it. And one thing we're also going to do is that we're going to replace the countertop. Right now it's got an old Formica laminate countertop, and we're going to actually use large format tile, about maybe 30 by 30 or 30 by 36 inch tile that mimics stone, that we're going to put here on the countertop. So that's going to dress it up quite a bit too. So painting it white, new cabinet pulls, new hinges. And one of the cool thing about the hinges that we're going to use in these cabinets, because I'm sure you guys have seen these older cabinets before that have the overlay and inset door. And I'll show you those doors when I go down into the basement area. but those cabinet, the hinges actually, you can see them outside of the actual cabinet. Let me reach in here and see if I can't find. Okay, here we go. So this is actually what you would typically see in these cabinets, these older style hinges. And so those are pretty ugly. And what we figured out is how to be able to do one that put a hinge in that is actually inside of the door and completely hidden when the door is closed, which is going to make for a lot cleaner look on these cabinets and make it look a lot more modern. So to give a good update to it. So other than painting the cabinets, new countertops, we're going to go ahead and change out this oven. And then we're going to also put in a new cooktop here and, you know, tile the backsplash and so forth. So this kitchen is going to get a complete upgrade. And we're not going to put in a fridge and leave that out. They can, whoever buys this can put in a fridge when they buy it of their choice. But that is going to be it for the kitchen. So new lights, countertop, cabinets refinished, and new appliances. All right, so here we've got like another dining area. One of the issues with this area though is that it's got laminate floor that's pretty good. There's no scratches or scuffs or cuts or anything on the flooring, but it's not a very good looking laminate floor. It's part of older style laminate flooring, but we're gonna go ahead and probably leave it. We really want to change it. It's going to depend on our budget and on our timeline. We're trying to get this done ourselves as quickly as possible, but you know, we're pretty, my brother and I are pretty busy, so we're, you know, it's going to take us maybe a month and a half, 2 months maybe to completely get this done, depending on how much free time we're able to put towards it. But we've had it now for a couple of weeks, about maybe 2.5 weeks or so, and we're rocking pretty good on it so far. So let's keep going. All right, so as you can see, it's going to need a little bit of trim work on this window back here, a ton of paint on this paneling and throughout the house. But let's take a look at the upstairs. Like I said, this is a split level house, so the old carpeted staircase is also going to be changed. We're going to take the carpet out and put in wood treads, and probably the risers we'll just paint, so it'll be like a dark wood tread with a white riser. All right, I think I hear my brother outside. All right, so we've got hardwoods upstairs, which is also great, and we come to the first bathroom. Let's see if we can get the light on here while I'm balancing this gimbal. All right, so one of the cool things here is that here is the guy right there. One of the cool things about this house is that it comes with 2 bathrooms. Some of the houses in this neighborhood only had 1 bath, but this one has 2, so that gives a little bit better market value. And so for this bathroom, what we're probably just going to do is just refinish the tile, and also let me show you the tub here. All right, learning how to use the gimbal. All right, so we've got the tub that we're going to refinish, and then the tile, and then that should be it for the bathroom here. Okay, fun times with the gimbal. All right, let's see if we can walk through here, and hopefully this gimbal is not going to vibrate the heck out of my camera here. All right, so we've got next one of the bedrooms, and we already took out the light fixture here just to kind of get a better look at what we're dealing with up in the attic space. Had an old fan there. I think we're just going to go back with a light fixture in here. But a decent sized bedroom, about a 10 by 10. Nothing too fancy, but it's got hardwoods, which is good. And then the same, I think same with this bedroom. Most of these bedrooms are all the same size. The cool thing is that they all have hardwood. And this red paint that you see here, this is all, this is what the cabinet was painted with. This, just, I don't know what they were thinking, but this whole house really needs a paint job. You know, paint is one of the things I'm sure you guys know is one of the best things you can do for a house to increase its value. And that's definitely one of the things that this house needs. All right, let's take a look at the other bedroom. This is actually the master. It's pretty small as well, only about a 10 by 10 room. But the good thing is that it's got a small bathroom that goes with it. And it's actually just a shower. Let's take a look at that shower in there. There we go. So one of the things that we're worried about is that if you look really closely, you can see a lot of caulk built up in the corners there. So it's possible we may have to take out the shower pan and replace it, but we're gonna see. We're gonna remove that caulk and figure out what's going on. When I looked at this house originally, I went down in the basement and looked up where the drain was to see if there was any water stains that I could see, and I didn't see any under there, but the caulk is there for a reason, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. Let's take a look downstairs. Let's see what we've got here. All right, let's see. So downstairs, we've got a full basement. It's actually a den area. The previous owners finished out this den area, and they put in this really cool fireplace down here. This actually used to be a garage. But the fireplace, we're gonna go ahead and keep everything as it is. We are probably just gonna clean the brick and keep everything as you see it now. We'll just repaint and then put in a new light fixture. And that's probably about it. Maybe repaint the floors. We were gonna put a laminate down here on the flooring, but I think we're just gonna leave it as is. So that's it. And then back in here, we've got a little bit of storage area. It's kind of dark, so you guys won't be able to see a whole lot in here. There we go. Thank you. So we've got the air handler that's behind this door here, and that's where also some of the lines for all some electrical connections and also the plumbing connections are. I'm trying to think about this house while I'm describing it to you guys. But the good thing is that this area, this size house, if we just get it back painted, kitchen cabinets updated, the bathroom just a brief update on, it should actually just allow us to be able to sell this for about $175, and we're probably not going to put more than maybe 25, 30 into it. We already put 10 into it, so we cut into our budget pretty steep already. So, you know, overall we probably have 110 into it, and so we should be able to get about, maybe after closing costs and all that, maybe 55, 57,000 that we can split, which wouldn't be a bad, which is actually a great profit, honestly. So we will see, but comment below what you guys would update on the house and what you would just leave. You know, what would give you the best profit, your best bang for your buck when you're renovating a house like this that just needs a light update. And please, if you guys are getting any value from this, or if there's anything that you would want me to talk about as an investor that you're curious about, that you want to be able to see, hey, how does this other investor do what he's doing, go ahead and leave some comments below. Let me know what you guys are interested in. Sometimes the things that are interesting to me are not necessarily what's interesting to the general public. So it'd be good to know what you guys are looking for and what you'd really want to find out more about. All right, you take care.